Alright, welcome on in to anyone joining now or later. This is The Wolf Among Us, Season 1, Episode 5. Now, before we get started, I'm going to skip what I normally do with these Telltale games, and I want to talk for a sec about the PlayStation shutdown that happened last night. It is back up, so that's the most important thing. But during the PlayStation shutdown, you could not message friends. You could not establish your online status. You could not join a party. You could not stream. You could not play any online games. You could not play any digital games because you weren't connected through PlayStation to sit there and authenticate your user license, and you couldn't access any DLCs. Oh, and on top of that, any game that you have the PS4 disc for with the free PS5 upgrade, you couldn't play that PS5 version either. So that's a lot of stuff you could not do. And I feel like this is, if you didn't see just how bad a digital-only future is, this should show you. Because at least with the PlayStation shutdown, you could play your physical games. You couldn't access DLCs or play online, but you could still play your physical games. Now, there is one exception to this, and I will talk about that in a little bit. But this is not only why we shouldn't rely on a digital-only future, but also why single-player games shouldn't be forced online. If I want to play something like Payday 3 solo, I shouldn't have to, be connected to the internet. Or PlayStation Network, which was down. Because shit happens. Now, as far as the reason the PlayStation Network went down, we have no clue the actual reason. PlayStation said it was for server maintenance. However, who knows if that's accurate or not. Could be. And if it is, it happens, I'd rather sacrifice a few hours of online and have good servers than have to deal with server issues. But as many people were pointing out, the last time PlayStation had a shutdown like this, or one of the last times, was in 2011, and that was due to hackers, which is completely possible. I'm not going to deny either one. But either way, no matter the reason, this shows you why we shouldn't rely on digital futures. It's why whenever I bought my PS5, I made sure I bought the disc version. Because shit like this happens. Now, when I said there was one exception, certain games make it to where if you've already started a DLC or that playthrough has the DLC tied to it, you can't continue it. Like I've been playing Cyberpunk a lot, and I went to play it last night because it's a single player game, and it wouldn't let me because all the playthroughs I started after getting the Phantom Liberty DLC. So the DLC is already tied to these playthroughs. And it was like, oh yeah, you can't play these because we can't authenticate your copy of Phantom Liberty. Which honestly, because of that shutdown, I am so glad my homie is letting me use his Steam Deck. I was still able to play some Cyberpunk last night. But a lot of people just aren't so lucky. A lot of people only have one console, and to them, if you only have one console, I can say try to make sure you have at least some digital games or some physical games so that way you can play them during the shutdown. And if you can scrape the money together to get a second console, I'd do that. And I'm not even saying just console, just game system in general. Like, I've got a bunch of emulation devices. These things don't require internet at all to function. Like the one I'm holding in my hand is the TrimUI Brick. Such a nice little device. But this thing plays a ton of different games. Like, let me go to the game menu. Okay. So we've got stand-up. We've got a few different stand-up arcades, but we've got arcade, Atari Lynx, Atari 2600, Atari 7800, CPS1, CPS2, CPS3, which are Capcom arcades, Dreamcast, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, Game & Watch, Game Gear. We've got the original NES, FP Neo, not sure what that is. Game Boy Color, MAME, not sure. MAME Plus, MAME 2010, Mega Drive, Master System, N64, Nintendo DS, PS1, PSP. We've got like a few more, but you get my point. This emulates all sorts of retro shit, all on one device. And this thing is small, and it has some ports on it, like Balatro, Classic. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Diablo, Hellfire, Sonic Mania, and Stardew Valley. I can play Stardew Valley on this with one hand because its shape is kind of modeled after the original Game Boy, but it's small enough to fit in one hand. It has a beautiful screen. There are all sorts of different emulation devices that you can get just in case something like this happens. Also, they're really good for taking on the go. And they come in a variety of price ranges, each one having their own thing that they emulate. Like I got some for like $30 to $40, and then my most expensive was like $250, which that one plays all the way up to PS2, GameCube, and Wii just fine. It's not perfect, but having all those different types of games that you can play on a moment's notice should PSN go down, or you lose fucking power, whatever. It is a nice thing to have. And being that it has such a wide price range with a variety of different devices, even if you're, we'll say, down on your luck, you can sit there and scrounge up enough, sit there and get one. Maybe not in one paycheck, but you can, a few dollars here, a few dollars there. And being that I specifically mentioned the TrimUI brick, the TrimUI brick currently on the TikTok shop, standard price $122, which honestly, considering its build, it's not bad. But if you're going to spend that much, I'd actually recommend the TrimUI Smart Pro. And $17.99 on sale right now. But like I said, there's a variety of different devices. Some of the big companies that I recommend are TrimUI, Powkitty, Anbernic, and then there's, I believe, Miyoo Mini. Miyoo. Miyoo. They have a bunch of different devices. I have the A30. Has a cyberpunk theme, and because of that I decided to keep it. Sat there and put some cyberpunk stickers on it. But I just wanted to take a moment to talk about the PlayStation shutdown. Let's see. That was about 10 minutes. So it wasn't too long of a rant, but if you only have one console, I highly recommend investing in an emulation device. If you're willing to put more into it, I would recommend the Anbernic 556, the Anbernic RG Cube, or if you're wanting to put a lot of money into it, the Anbernic Win 600. All of them, if you get on the TikTok shop, come with pre-installed games, which is how I recommend getting them. Otherwise, you're going to have to put in a lot of work to sit there and get games on it, stuff like that, get it all set up, blah, 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 and no one wants to deal with all that. They are cheaper if you get just the device, however, you put a lot of work into it. So I highly recommend just getting it off of TikTok, get the pre-installed games. If you want, you can sit there and I'd actually intend on taking a few of them to a repair shop and being like, hey, I want all the data on this SD card transferred over to a 1 terabyte SD card, and I'll bring the SD card for them, or something like that. Then you don't have to worry about deleting a bunch of games to sit there and install more games that you are interested in. Anyway, let's get started.
I mean, your eyes and the teeth. You're not really supposed to do that, are you?
Not if I can avoid it.
Holly's sister, Lily.
Do you even give a shit about us? The Strays.
That's why you can't tell me anything. It's the ribbon, isn't it?
We're destroying the tree. No!
We're not burning the tree, Snow.
Hey, you're not really gonna send me to the farm, are you?
Look, maybe a few will get sent up, but you're my friend, Colin. I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, God!
this time was no joke. Eat as many metal shellings as you see fit, but take just one more silver round near your heart, and the only place I'll be visiting you is the morgue.
Bigby, wait. When you get the Crooked Man, make sure you bring him back alive. He has to stand trial.
Why don't you have a seat, Sheriff? We have a great deal to discuss.
I love the art style of the Telltale games. Especially in this section right here. Where it's kind of like neon colorful. Wish they did a little more with this. Episode 5, Cry Wolf.
You've come a long way. You must be tired.
Especially after taking a silver round. Hollow point too.
And if my envoys are correct, you haven't had a lot of rest recently. Please, Sheriff, relax for a moment, will you? Do you want a drink? Something to eat? Vivian makes a very nice, it's elegant. Really a carpaccio. It's lobster. Sirloin.
Got a scotch?
Only Tennessee whiskey, unfortunately.
Wish I could take him up on that offer of steak.
What do you think you're doing?
He's gonna...
Mr. Wolf is our guest, and I have every intention of cooperating. So don't waste the silver. Sit down, Jersey. Well, Sheriff, for the sake of transparency, why don't you tell us why you're here? It would help settle everyone's nerves, I think.
You forget what happened at the Pudding and Pie. You and your goons tried to kill me.
I'm truly sorry for that whole debacle. It was not my intention to put you or Miss White in any sort of danger. My wish was merely to take Crane, Sheriff. But as soon as the assignment grew out of control, I put a stop to it. I know that doesn't change what happened to you, and I can only offer my sincerest apologies.
Crane wasn't yours to take.
I apologize if I overstep my bounds. Won't happen again. And I hope you believe me when I say, Sheriff, that I sincerely mean to make it up to you. The recent murders that have gotten such attention as of late, I don't relish telling you that they were perpetrated by an employee of mine. It's a very unfortunate bit of business, but I promise you that the matter will be dealt with internally. I just want to settle the issue for you, and to assure you that it's over with.
An unfortunate bit of business? You're gonna tell me right now who killed him?
Sheriff, I have complete respect for you and your job. I hope you know that. But I simply can't divulge that information. You really shouldn't worry yourself. As I said, I've got this under control.
No, I'm gonna deal with it right now.
Yeah, right. What do you think this is? Some kind of negotiation? The man said he'd take care of it. So why don't you take the hint and get out?
Tweedledee, please.
He's not gonna leave, so just give him up, all right? No! After what that bastard did to my brother! He deserves to fucking...
That's enough! I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but in the interest of preserving our alliance, if you have to know, it was Georgie. However, like I said, I'd be handling the matter if you don't mind.
Georgie.
You got what you wanted, so just...
Sit down. Now.
Yeah, I killed him, so what? You should have just kept your nose where it fucking belonged.
Why'd you do it? Why kill them?
Does it matter?
Look, the fact is, George here misinterpreted one of my instructions.
Misinterpreted?
And I want to make things right. So, let's work something out.
What's there to work out? I'm protected, aren't I?
Your protection has limits, and I think you've far exceeded yours. That you could murder someone in cold blood like that.
You fucking asked me to do this.
And then
you told me
attempt to
kill
blame
him.
me for it. You will be silent while we discuss what to do with you.
This is right bollocks, sis. You're just gonna let him do this?
So what do you say, Sheriff? Can we discuss terms? You can have Georgie. Consider it a gift, ensuring our continued cooperation.
What the hell?
Take this fucker. Take all of them. I didn't fuck.
All right, let's talk.
You can't just hand me over. What the fuck is this shit? You said you'd cover for us.
For minor infractions, not murder.
Just go with him, Georgie. You're gonna sink us all.
What's wrong with you people? You're really gonna sell him out just like
You
that?
think I give a fuck if I'm the one? Who the shit do you think you fuckers are?
surrender.
Get the fuck out of here!
I do apologize, Sheriff, but I think it's best if you leave now.
There's no way I'm going with him. Are you kidding me?
Things are about to get unpleasant, and I would rather you weren't here to watch.
You can go join that whore at the bottom of the lake for all I give a shit. But he's not taking me anywhere. I'll roll over on the lot of you before I let that shit happen.
What are you saying?
Get the fuck away from me. He's the one you fucking want.
This could have gone so well. But you just had to complicate things. To speak the truth, I've never been a very good mediator. Why negotiate when you can just decide?
Honestly, not a fan of her design.
Did I miss anything good?
They could have made her a little more intimidating.
Well, look at you, all fixed up.
Over here. You're done, Wolf.
Come on, we're pretty much done here.
I'd like to say it was nice knowing you, but I'll be glad to see your insides turned out.
Oh, God. This way. Come on, Georgie.
Oh, shit.
I know.
Take a guess.
Take him off!
I can't!
Gun it!
Are you sure?
Do it!
He's not moving.
Keep going!
Come on.
Right. Fuck it.
Funny that some Monday just had this exact outfit he was wearing in the perfect size.
Holy shit.
How convenient. Couldn't even change the shirt color.
Hang on. I need a minute.
Okay. How did this happen, Georgie? How did it get this?
Don't worry.
It was supposed to end with Faith and Lily. And now, can you stand up? It's okay. Take your time. Slowly.
It's no fucking use. No way I'm walking out of here. Well, it won't be your fault. Shit. Hello, Bigby. I hoped you'd come to your senses. Crooked Man's the one you want. But of course, you're too much of an idiot to see that. Or maybe you just like me too much to let me go. That it, Sheriff? Had to say goodbyes first.
Please, Sheriff. Haven't you done enough? Look at him. He's dying.
Vivian, you can't seriously want to protect this guy. You know what he did.
I'm not going anywhere. It isn't his fault.
He's a murderer. Faith and Lily, he's the reason they're dead.
Look, I know he made a few mistakes. We all have.
What? He made sure they couldn't talk with those damn ribbons, and then he killed them. You're wearing one yourself. Doesn't that bother you even a little, knowing that man murdered...
Of course it does. Those girls...
So it's all my fucking fault then?
I
You
didn't mean...
fucking... You're gonna throw me to the fucking wolf too? You know I didn't have a goddamn choice. What the fuck? I did what I had to! You can't fucking blame me for that.
Look,
Sometimes you just have to do what you're told. Then it comes back to bite you in the ass because some good-for-nothing crooked bastard decides you're not worth shit anymore.
Why'd you do it then, huh? If it's not your fault, then what the fuck happened?
Look, Faith and the others tried to pull a run on us. And as you can imagine, the Crooked Man wasn't too thrilled. But of course, the big boss didn't want to get his fucking hands dirty. So he told me to take care of it. You think I don't know what that means? Either I do what he says or I'm the one getting dealt with. So I fucking killed him. And I'd do it again. 'Cause it's not my fault. The Crooked Man gave the order. He told me to kill them. And then he fucking sold me out. The both of you can go rot in hell.
Georgie.
You think I'm the one to fucking blame?
That's not what I meant. I was just trying
I
to...
know what you were trying to do. You're trying to lay this all on me. You and everyone else.
You're not thinking. Georgie, you know that's not what I meant.
Then what was that? He calls me a murderer and you're gonna fucking take his side? Go ahead and kill me then.
even if you were given the order to, and you did as you were told, you still killed them. You still committed murder. That, by definition, makes you a murderer.
But it won't bring back Lily or Faith. It won't free your friend Nerissa. And I'm just the sap taking the fall for the whole thing. It must be so easy being you. Just come in here and blame me for all this shit. Job's done, right? George is the bad guy. It's all his fucking fault.
No.
But what was I supposed to do? You don't know what it's like, Bigby. How could you know? At the end of the day, you're just like him. Coming here, talking about options, like it was that simple.
You could have done anything else. You could have let them go. You could have freed Faith and Lily from those fucking ribbons instead of murdering them.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If I freed them... What would you have me do? Kill her?
Georgie, don't.
It was them or Vivian. So you tell me, if freeing Lily meant she had to die, do you still think I had a fucking choice?
What are you doing?
I told you, you don't know the fuck about anything.
What are you talking about?
This is the original. The girl with the ribbon. I'm sure you've heard the stories. Couldn't take it off, couldn't talk about it. She used her little purple ribbon to make more of them. To keep our girls quiet. To ensure absolute discretion.
You promised you wouldn't.
All that magic is connected to this little thing. You remove hers, and the spell's broken. They're all free. But you know what happens to her? The same thing that happened to Faith. So don't you come in here and tell me I fucked up.
What the hell, Georgie? We were supposed to look out for each other. I trusted you.
You can't fucking blame me. You're not innocent here either.
Wait, so you've been helping this asshole? I thought you cared about them.
I do. Of course I do. You have to understand, nobody was supposed to die. When we built this place, it was just a stupid idea. A gimmick. Discretion is our guarantee. That's how it started anyway. This was supposed to be our place. We were gonna be in charge for once, and nobody would try to control us or use us. That was the point. Then the Crooked Man showed up and everything just turned to shit.
So, do you get it now? Why I couldn't just... If you still think it's so fucking simple, then you do it. Go right ahead. Kill her then.
What are you doing?
Break the spell. Save the fucking day.
We'll find another way. She doesn't have to die. Maybe the witches
Don't talk about me like I'm not even here. Please. You think this is hard for you? My life is such a fucking burden on your conscience. Don't I get a say? It's my life. Like it was either of yours to give up in the first place.
I wasn't really...
Vivian, I'm not gonna kill you.
I know that.
Wait.
I'm sick of everyone thinking that they can just do what they want with my life. I thought it would be different here. But it's all the fucking same.
Vivian, I didn't mean...
Do you think I wanted to be this person? What I did to Faith and Lily? To all of them?
Vivian, wait.
Every day I have to look Gwen and Hans in the eye and pretend I don't care. I have to forget what I've done to them. What I took away from them. I look at Nerissa and I hate myself.
Vivian.
I can't pretend anymore.
What are you doing?
Vivian, don't. Vivian, no! Fuck! No, 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 no!
Damn.
Why'd you have to do that, Vivian? Vivian! Shit!
Are you happy now? Is this what you wanted?
Vivian, I didn't fucking mean it. I was just... Oh. Oh, fuck!
Get up. Get up!
Don't think so, Bigby. I'm gonna die here. I think we both know that. Just make sure you give the Crooked Man the same treatment when you find him. Really fuck him up for me, all right? For both of us. You know the bastard deserves it. Make a promise to a dying man.
Don't worry about the Crooked Man.
Old foundry by the river, all right? Shepherd Metalworks. He'll be there. Fucking asshole.
Well, come on in.
Finish me off now. Or do you plan to kick me around a little first? Rip my limbs off one by one? That's what you want to do, right? Well, whatever it is, just get it over with.
That's not who I am.
Sure it's not. No more games, all right? We both know how this ends. Just make it quick. I know what I did.
Fine. Mercy killing.
All right, Georgie.
Now, let's go deal with the Crooked Man. Discretion is our guarantee. Not anymore.
So this is where they've been sending these.
Bigby Wolf.
The big bad wolf. You used to be something. They used to fear you. They'd hide anywhere their small, shivering bodies would fit.
Damn. They be gathering a lot of info on me, huh?
Silver.
The big bad wolf.
It's about time you showed up.
I had to take care of some things first.
Little errand boy. That's nice.
Ah, Bigby. I see you've made it here in one piece. I do apologize, but I have some business to attend to. I leave you in the capable hands of my associate. Come find me when you've finished, dear.
Don't worry. This won't take long.
Get out of my way now. Don't make this worse.
Aw, he doesn't want to play.
I'm sure you'll persuade him.
Cut this shit out!
Didn't your mother ever teach you manners? Or was she too busy fucking whatever breeze drifted through town? Oh, come on! Is that the
Hold on. I see what this trophy I just earned was.
You can do?
So it looks like I sit there and can unlock some new fables through dialogue. Okay. Book of Fables. So that might be how I unlock 1, the 2 and 2. 2 and 3. Looks like I got everything in 4. Ah! Okay. I literally pressed O. Again, I pressed it. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't press triangle though.
Where are you? Come out and face me!
We'll say I like her exposed design. This design right here. Give me a sec. playing The Wolf Among Us. We're almost done, actually. We're in the final confrontation between me and a crooked man. It was nice of them to offer me a snack, but I don't think that was very edible. Would you look at that? I'm butt naked. Looks like he knew this was going to happen. Decided to leave me some clothes. How nice.
Hello, Bigby. You look tired.
Give me one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
This gun holds 6 rounds of specially designed... I won't miss next time. Before you do anything with me, I thought I should point out a few things. Snow White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I want.
That's right. But what happens to you once you get there is a different story.
I'm not quite finished. You will bring me back alive. Look, all I ask for is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community. And I'm sure Miss White would agree that I should be given a fair trial. Can we at least agree on that? I will have a trial. Are we clear?
The whole town will be calling for your execution. Why would you want me to bring you back there?
Why don't you let me worry about that? Look, there's no reason for us to be at each other's throats here.
That's funny, coming from a guy pointing a gun at my head.
This is just a precaution. I'm sure you understand. I'm no murderer, Mr. Wolf. I didn't kill those women. And I think you know that. All I'm asking for is a chance to explain my side of the story.
If you're not a killer, then what are you?
A lot of things.
I'm a businessman, not a killer.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will, as long as you agree to my terms. Because I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community. I don't mean to belabor the point, but just so we're clear, if you change your mind and decide to do something stupid, you won't get your answers. But you will have a difficult time explaining yourself to Miss White and the rest of this miserable town. You're often reckless, and I worry you're not thinking of the... Let me ask you an honest question. What do you really care about here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want the truth? Or do you just want to look like the hero? Because those are two very different things.
This is about protecting Fabletown. And some asshole murders 2 of our people. It's my job to bring them down.
Then why are you here? You know who murdered them. Georgie. He's dead, isn't he? My point being, the killer has been dealt with. You've won.
You really think I'm that stupid?
I understand you have an obligation to bring me in, but you can brighten up a little. It's over. So, shall we get going? I'd rather not dawdle.
All right, let's go. Hand over the gun.
I think I'd rather hold on to it, if you don't mind. What do you say? Hey! I'm sure Miss White will be pleased. Such a reliable pup. I understand why she'd want to keep you around.
You're under arrest. You'll be given a trial in front of your peers. And your punishment will follow.
I know. But we have to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing happening?
Are we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
The Crooked Man.
God.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble. At the Crooked Man's place.
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's
A
here.
lot.
We got him.
We can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
Could
What do you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get off?
Poor
You think
girls.
you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook!
This. You should be ashamed.
Shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder
As
of
I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie?
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White.
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
I killed him. He's dead.
He's... what?
Dead. So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for this.
change anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for. And
I was
don't...
told I would be allowed to speak.
We
You
have to
will
read
be.
the rest of the charges.
What other charges?
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
Aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
And resisting arrest.
Oh, yes. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're an...
Everyone just shut up for a minute. You wanted a chance to talk? Well, go ahead.
What?
We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak for?
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government, and most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
ground.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to let
is
him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
This is ridiculous.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell the fucking truth
He's
for once.
always been a bit of a powder keg. It was only a matter of time before something like this happened.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
Yeah, and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people, use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted... that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position.
Yeah, you two are in debt because of your own stupid decisions.
You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Yes, but...
Wasn't I?
Crane was the one who let this town go to the fucking dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really? What about Archie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back. And in turn, we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
For the longest time, not much, but they asked me to come work for them.
Really? The new deputy mayor wants you on the 13th floor?
No. The wolf offered me the job. She wanted my tree destroyed. If she had her way, I'd be hung out to dry on a clothesline by now.
What?
You were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
I know. Snow made a mistake.
I had very good reasons for asking you to do that. She was working with Crane and the Crooked Man.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with the Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away. But I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect you. We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength. And if things didn't fall exactly his way, someone would die.
We're not gonna tolerate this shit anymore. The debts are wiped. His business is closed. He's done.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the...
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a confession
A confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's history.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
So, are we done?
And what about your history? All you've done to this fucking town?
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of course it's right.
And to be fair, it doesn't give us the opportunity to collect the evidence, such as the letter from Crane that was still in his apartment. That is evidence of at least exploitation and corruption of the Fabletown government.
This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course. Where are you going with this?
Well, by that logic, Miss White should be on trial for Tweedledum's murder, since you know Bigby works for her.
That's...
He killed a man.
That don't make him a murderer.
Doesn't it?
For fuck's sake, killing someone who's trying to kill you is hardly...
They were there to retrieve Crane. You didn't need to escalate things.
Me? It was them. And who sent those two freaks anyway?
Bigby and I have already discussed his behavior that night. We're handling it
Now,
internally.
where have I heard that before? How about the way he treated the poor woodsman when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
That was Bluebeard, not me.
He was a murder suspect.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for mine.
This is completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own crimes.
This isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen, I
The
know...
laws apply when we need them to.
Bluebeard, please.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean a certain level of privilege should be afforded to...
To who?
This is how it's always been.
We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby! Miss White!
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath a little
What's she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Of course. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line.
And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Vivian killed herself back at the Pudding and Pie.
I'm sorry, I don't think
Nerissa! My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily...
That's a lie!
I was in the goddamn room when he did it! Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me. And now I can finally say, you're an asshole.
And this just confirms it.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
Nah, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you?
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
What did you expect to happen here? You're getting what you deserve.
I warned you of that too.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
There will be more if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been enough
I don't give a
bloodshed?
shit.
So we
already?
get rid
It's
of
too
him.
dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a... I think
This is going nowhere.
Someone needs to make a decision. Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not?
What about a vote?
What do you think this is?
Everyone, calm down.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He should be the judge.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
Yes, Sheriff. Do what you think is right.
Teach him a fucking lesson.
Everyone, I'm...
Not this way.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep. You're going to miss me.
No, I won't.
Oh my god.
For Lily and Faith.
Yes, another one of us to erase from the books.
Oh, hi. Sheriff Bigby. Great to see you. I don't know if you remember me.
I know who you are, Flycatcher. You've worked at the Woodlands for how many years now?
I think I've lost count. Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay, great.
This fucking line.
Oh, Mr. Wolf? Flycatcher left his keys.
I'm sorry. About what happened with the Crooked Man. I didn't...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
Yeah, I'm not sorry,
Good
though.
morning, Miss White.
You're late.
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
I'm going. Jesus.
We only have like 5 minutes.
Carry me, for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit.
You forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day. Shit. Just go grab that, would you?
Sorry about all this. I tried to help.
Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance, but Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway. I told her I had the money, but she didn't want to hear it.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby, I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so if you could bring it to her, she was nice.
Yeah, sure.
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best. It's a willow beetle. That's a big one. They're cool, 'cause when they're little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them. She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
I wanted to
What's
let
it
him
like
finish.
at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
I'm sorry, TJ. But, look on the bright side, okay? There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby, so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the Mundies seeing you. It'll be nice. Come on, it won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No, some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves.
So you wouldn't know, would you?
We're all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ.
Hey, Bigby. Where's your friend, Colin? Where's the fucking pig?
How should I know?
Saying goodbye?
Hi.
Hi.
You're still wearing that thing.
Oh. Yeah. I guess I am. It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just...
It's okay. I get it.
Listen, I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they'd go just to silence someone who had physical evidence?
Nerissa, just tell me what happened.
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then... Oh, God. I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the Crooked Man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the Crooked Man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
I guess, what's done is done.
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after... that night, after Faith. I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
You?
I walked her over here, and I left her, just hoping that maybe if I couldn't save them...
You were trying to get my attention. So you started all this.
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The Crooked Man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence, and the world likes it that way. We just... fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith, or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
That's not true.
It is. You've just never seen it before. But now you have. You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her, or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
I go out there, and I do my job. I put my life on the line. I get shot at. I do what has to be done for them. But at the end of the day, I'm still the bad guy.
I know, but they'll come around.
You'll see. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You protected your friends, no matter the cost. And you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the Crooked Man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing. You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the Crooked Man, it was you.
I've been making a lot of mistakes lately.
But you've also done a lot of good. Don't forget that. You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you. You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
I need to tell you something.
I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me.
You like my ribbon?
Do you like it?
Faith wore one too.
Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
I'll see you around, Wolf.
Okay. So I wonder if in season 2 they'll ever pick back up on that, because it seems like that ending was pretty important. But let's check out the decisions. What did you do with Georgie? You and 68.6% of players killed Georgie. It was a mercy killing, so... Did you give the Crooked Man a trial? 89.6% of players brought the Crooked Man in alive. How did you punish the Crooked Man? You and 14% of players ripped the Crooked Man's head off. To be fair, he fucking deserved it. Did you accept TJ's gift for Snow? 98.5% of players accepted TJ's gift for Snow. Oh, well, of course. I'm surprised that it's not 100%. Who would decline it? Who would be like, nah, you fucking weird, bro? I mean, he's weird, but it's thoughtful, and even if Snow was lying, he remembered it. He remembered what she said, so even if she was lying, it's not his fault. What were your last words to Nerissa? You and 29% of players said, I've made a lot of mistakes. Man. Those are just recapping decisions I've made throughout the 5 episodes. Ah, man. I really do enjoy this game. Despite the fact that I have played this quite a few times before, I do enjoy revisiting it. Alright, I'm gonna skip the rest of it. Pick up a graphic novel today, but does it actually continue the story of the game? I've honestly thought about getting the Fables comics, but man, sometimes getting those volume books are expensive. But I do think I'll get at least a couple. I think I'll get Injustice and the Fables collection, and a couple of others, but man, I don't know about getting a ton of comics. Anyway. Well, that wraps it up for The Wolf Among Us. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to my stream beats. February 8th, 2025. Oh, I have one that's empty. I never did fill in RE2. Okay. So, I'm gonna sit there. If you guys wish to chat, I am willing to, but I need to check this out. Okay, so my first playthrough of RE2 was Claire 1 on YouTube. In part 2, I rolled the credits August 18th, 2024. So I'm gonna sit there, RE2. I try to be specific with games with multiple endings, at least if I can sit there and count which ending I got. So, RE2 first run, Claire. And what was the date on it? August 18th, 2024. And then second run with Leon. So being that I finished first run with Claire in part 2, then part 3 and 4 are clearly Leon second run. Yep. Okay. And that was done September 8th. ...2024. Save? Okay. So, my stream beats is completely up to date. Still need to get my old phone repaired so that way I can copy. Fuck. Because my stream beats note was on that when it busted. I have as much as I could get, as much as I could pull from like YouTube and stuff, but being that my streams don't stay up on Twitch, yeah, I need to go back, get the list from my old phone, put it on my current phone. Think I'll move it over to a computer or something, or at least have several devices that the list is on, because that is something I want to keep track of, right? Or I might actually put it in a book, a physical book that I have my stream beats in. But regardless, I do need to get that phone repaired so that way I can figure out what dates I beat what games before that phone broke and I had to get a new phone. Or I didn't have to get a new phone. I chose to. It was the perfect opportunity. But I still need to fix it. Anyway, to anyone who does stream, I actually recommend keeping a list of the games you beat and when you beat them, because it is nice to over time see, hey, look at all this progress. I beat all of these games. It looks nice. It feels nice too. But anyway, thank you for joining on in. I hope you guys did enjoy. I know I did enjoy playing this game. This is a really nice game. Unfortunately, the very thing that I started this playthrough for, I wasn't able to do. But I will do it off stream, because I do want to platinum this game. I need to play episode 1, 2, and 3. So I'll just do episode 1 over and over, choosing all the dialogue options, all the interacting with everything, all dialogue options. I'll probably do all square, all triangle, all circle, and make the different choices until I, get the trophy for episode 1, and then do the same with episode 2, and then do the same with episode 3. So it sounds like it would be time consuming, but it'll be a nice platinum on my list. I did enjoy the game, so I'll be proud to have that platinum. But thank you for joining on in. If you guys want to watch me play some more games, I will be on Twitch later today. We will be playing Cyberpunk 2077. If you're only interested in what I do on YouTube, I have no clue what I'll be playing next week. I'll have to figure it out. Let's see. So this is what I have written down for what I did on YouTube. I did all the Batman Arkham Knight side missions. I actually did a full playthrough where I saved all of the side missions just to do the side missions on YouTube. With the exception of collecting all the Riddler trophies. I didn't collect all the Riddler trophies on stream, I just did the mission. It was on a New Game Plus, so I had all the trophies collected, just needed to do the side missions. We did Batman Telltale 1 and Telltale 2, The Enemy Within. We did Tales from the Borderlands. We started new Tales from the Borderlands, but that was so awful I couldn't even bring myself to finish it. Then we did Arcade Paradise. That one was actually a pretty long one. We did Resident Evil 2 first run with Claire, second run with Leon. Then we did Detroit Become Human, which from the looks of it, we did RE2, then Arcade Paradise. So I have that in the wrong order. We beat Postal 4. I don't know. Unfortunately, something was up with YouTube that day, so it didn't stay up. We did the Resident Evil 2 shotgun only run, which the ending of that one was surprising. And then we did The Wolf Among Us today. I've been really loving Cyberpunk, so I might decide to do Cyberpunk, but I think I want to finish that on Twitch before I do it on YouTube. But man, I love that game. It has quickly become my favorite game of all time. And being that my friend is in boot camp, he handed me all his handhelds, from his Vita, his emulation device, his Switch, everything, and his Steam Deck. And he's asked me to take care of them, and he did give me permission to play them, which is nice. So I gifted him Cyberpunk 2077, the standard edition, on Steam, just that way I could play it on his Steam Deck, which definitely came in clutch yesterday while PlayStation Network was down. But man, I'm not sure what we'll stream next week. Maybe we'll do, I don't know, maybe we'll do a challenge run for RE4 Remake. I had an idea for that one, but not 100% sure. I'm going to bounce some ideas around in my head for the week, and I guess we'll figure it out. But nonetheless, if you wish to join me later on, I will be on Twitch. And thank you to the person who just joined. I'm sorry that you missed the ending of the game, but welcome on in. If there's any questions you'd like to ask me before I end things off, fire away. But man, I'm really gonna have to think about, what game we should do next week. Because with Twitch, I have a list of games to beat and in what order. Fuck. I never updated my stream beats list whenever I beat Resident Evil 3 Remake and RE4 OG. So, fuck. Well, I guess I'll just do them again one day on Twitch. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a fantastic night, and until next time,